students, I am here again with your Biodiversity and Conservation chapter, second volume or the second part of this chapter. We discussed up to the pattern of biodiversity. The first one, that is the latitudinal gradients, in which we see that at high altitude, or means when we go towards the equator, towards the pole from the equator, what we see? We see the gradual decreasing of biodiversity takes place. So the example was bird, which is found more in California and less in Greenland. Now we discuss the things, the pattern of biodiversity, space area relationship. So we see here in this space area relationship, you will see species, richness and area. According to the things here, you will see it goes up. This is the lag phase, then log phase, and then that is the same, which is not okay as usual, as not going smooth, very fast, or not slow. So that is the same as usual. So lag phase, log phase, and that is the smooth, or we can say the phase which is the smooth running phase. In this one, we can see that the naturalist, that is great German naturalist Alexander von Humboldt, observed that within the region, species richness increased with increasing explored area, but only up to a limit. Means the Humboldt told that it will, when area become increased, the species will increase, but it has a limit. So up to a limit they can do the activity. The relationship between species richness and the area for a wide variety of taxa pattern appears as a rectangular hyperbola on a logarithmic scale. The relationship is the straight line described by the following equation: log S equal to log C plus log Z log A. So in this one, S is the species richness, S is the species richness, A is the area, and Z is the slope of the line. Z is the slope of the line, and C is the y-intercept. This is the C, y-intercept. C, y-intercept. And the value of Z lies in the range of 0, which Z always should be 0.01 to 0.2. What is? Regardless of taxonomic groups or the regions, whether it is plant or Britain birds in California or molluscus in New York, means wherever it should be, the Z should be in between this. But here, however, the analysis of very large area like the whole continent gives a Z, it is 0.6 to 1.2. It means it is far away, it is more than the expected. Importance of the species diversity of the ecosystem. What is the use of this one? So ecologists believe that communities with more species tend to more stable than those less species. So if there is more species, they become more stable than the less species. So less species, you know what happens? The things become temporary, and within the more species, the permanent, means it will be last longer. So this is the concept. So David Tillman confirmed that a stable community has following characteristics. If the community should be stable, like this is the lag phase, it is continuously. This is log phase, more growth, and stable. This is the stable. This is the log. This is the lag. So in lag, slow movement, slow growth. Log phase, tremendous growth, and in other way, this is the stable period. That is the stable growth, or that is the balance phase. So a stable community should have following characteristics. First one, productivity should not be vary too much from year to year. Productivity should be as usual in every year. It should not be too much from one year to another. It should be resistant to occasional, natural and man-made disturbance. So it should not be disturbed easily by the man-made things. Okay. So it should not be disturbed by the climatic condition, by the nature, by the disturbance of man-made things or occasional disturbance. So this is the importance of diversity. Third one, that it should be resistant to invasion of alien species. So alien species will come, the species or community should be resist in presence of the alien species. So one example given that there is a aeroplane with the rivulet, and there is a rivet proper hypothesis. It is proposed by Paul Ehrlich. According to this hypothesis, if every passenger take one rivet from the airplane, what happens after some time? Initially, it is not very much, so it has no more effect. After that, after some time, it becomes very much effective. So they lost the things, or finally the plane becomes dangerously weak and fatal to life of other species, other also. So loss of biodiversity, this biodiversity loss is going on. It is true. So new species are not being added, but loss of species, extinct species, is continuously takes place. So this is very negative, or the accusing finger is clearly pointing to us. Why? Because we are the culprit of this activity. So according to IUCN, Red Alert List documents the extinction of 784 species, including 338 vertebrates and 359 invertebrates and 87 plant species. Means they are extinct. Some examples of recent extinction include dodo, Mauritius, quagga, Africa. These we discussed. Now you see why there is loss. What is the cause of loss of biodiversity? See, causes of loss. Habitat loss. It means living place. When there is no living place, what happens? Things become fatal. Where they live and how they exist on the earth. So living place when damaged or deforestation takes place, clearing of forest may decrease their living area and habitat, as well as they are unable to live and become extinct. Second thing, overexploitation. Nowadays there is more technology, so we use more and more resources. Due to that, the things become fatal and the resource overutilized, as well as biodiversity also overutilized. Then after, there is no way to exit that particular things on earth in natural way. So this is the loss of biodiversity due to overexploitation. Third one, that is the introduction of alien species. Alien species can hamper the indigenous species. We know that another thing is when alien species which have more restrictive power and other things, they can harm the biodiversity. So here one example, that is weed species like Parthenia, Lantana and Iconia cause environmental damage and pose threat to our native species. So they can displace our native species, and that is the way by which biodiversity loss takes place. Next one, that is coexistence. So it is the concept that one, suppose any parasite depend on any host. So if the host die, what happens? Parasite also die because of their coexistence. They depend on each other. That's why if host die, then parasite also die. This is the coexistence, and due to that biodiversity loss takes place. So these are the different activities by which biodiversity loss. If we do proper support, or if we do the upliftment of the biodiversity, then after it will be conserved. Otherwise, it will not be in fruitful condition. So see how we conserve it. If loss takes place, if damage takes place, we should have to conserve them in for their development, for their enrichment. So see how conservation takes place. So narrowly utilitarian and broadly utilitarian and ethical reason. See three things which act. So we aware the people why biodiversity are very useful to us. So some direct use, some indirect use, and some ethical. It means the things which gone to the religious purpose or ethical values. So we use them, we think that is ethical, we should not hamper them. So this is the another way by which we can help to conserve biodiversity. So see, biodiversity, narrow utilitarian means what? It is the activity in which we human beings derive countless direct economic benefits. So say we can take direct benefit from the biodiversity. What are the things? That is food, that is fuel, that is fiber, that is construction materials and industrial products and product of medicine and cotton. So raw materials we take from materials for construction, for industry, for medicine. So these are the narrowly utilitarian by the biodiversity. If we understood these things, we cannot disturb or damage our biodiversity. So the people living nearby the forest or the stakeholders, we should aware them that these things really give benefit to you. You should not hamper them. You should not disturb them. So it is fruitful. So directly we can, this biodiversity can provide us these things. So see, if you disturb, then after these things rewarded. If you are rewarded from these things, these useful things. Now second one, broadly utilitarian, in which biodiversity plays major role in many ecosystem services. So that nature provides. The fast dwelling Amazon forest is estimated to produce through photosynthesis 20% of the total oxygen. See, indirectly we got oxygen. What is the data? 20% of the oxygen required to our living organism given by the Amazon. That's what is called lungs of the earth. So 20% of total oxygen in the earth's atmosphere, so they can recharge or they can purify. You know, respiration and photosynthesis can do the activities. And see here, plant photosynthesis. water. Cycling of water takes place due to the biodiversity, means when the plant can transpire more and more, make the cloud, and cloud can precipitate and make the rain. So cycling of water, if move smoothly, means the things become proper. If it is unusual or if it is unseasonal, then we can say there is improper activity of the cycling of water due to biodiversity law. So this is the indirect benefit from the biodiversity. Now religious or ethical biodiversity conservation is related to what we owe to millions of plants, animals and microbial species with whom we share this planet. So spiritually we need to realize that every species has an intrinsic value, even if it may not be of current or any economic value to us. We have a moral duty to care for their well-being and pass on our biological legacy in good order to future generations. It means each and every living being, either they are small or bigger, having its own importance for surviving the biodiversity. If there is killing of any species, if there is damage of any species, they will hamper the things and the things will not be proper. So we should always try to make the things in proper way and try to, it is our duty to care for their well-being, each and every living beings, and pass on our biological legacy to in a good order to future generation. Means we pass it to the future generation in proper natural way. So how we conserve this? In situ conservation and ex situ conservation. This is two type of conservation. In situ conservation means on-site conservation. It is on-site conservation, means where it is found. On-site conservation, or it is off-site conservation. You can say off-site conservation. What is the meaning of two? On-site means it means within their living area we can conserve them. Off-site means we can take them out of their living habitat and then conserve them. So in situ, this approach involves protection of species in their natural habitat. It is as follows, that is biodiversity hotspot. It means in situ conservation there is also so many places where we conserve them. In situ conservation. The first one, biodiversity hotspot. Biodiversity hotspot. Second one, that is protected areas. Third one, that is Ramsar sites. Fourth one, that is sacred groves. Fifth one, that is okay. This is over. Now in situ. Ex situ conservation. Say biodiversity we can make a hotspot, hotspot where we protect them. Okay, so it includes the area where the things which is things which should be out of their habitat. So this is the way by which we can conserve them or make them possible. So natural things should be natural. It is our duty to protect each and everything and make them proper. As an intelligent person, among all the living beings,